Hey everybody, this is Dr. Nate. I'm about to have lunch at Disney's Grand Floridian. Kind of a scary day, lots of ghouls and ghosts wandering around here on Halloween. But what doesn't have to be scary is making healthy choices. I'm going to show you some tips on how to use AI to pick out things that are going to taste great, but also keep you fueled and not make you feel too sluggish as you go throughout the park during the day.
So let's talk a little bit about what makes us sluggish and how that's related to our food choices. So, uh, when we eat things during the day that are more difficult to digest, it can create energy issues as we go throughout the park during the day. I like to think of going throughout the park, especially if you plan on being at the park for quite a while, as more of like an endurance athlete activity, right? You're going to get a tremendous amount of steps in, you're going to move around a lot. There's going to be a lot of heat, there's going to be a lot of sun, a lot of sweating. It's going to take a real toll on you. And what you eat directly relates to your ability to manage the day and your energy reserves and your fatigue and so on. And AI can be a really useful tool, but we need to know what to ask it. And I like to boil it down to four categories: um, carbs, fats, um, calories, and last but not least, salt. So these four things are going to be really, really related to energy levels, bloating, fatigue, GI distress, and we should have a sense of what's in the food we're eating, especially early in the day, breakfast, lunch, and how that's going to sit in our stomach throughout the rest of the day and impact our ability, affect our ability to function as we're trying to go throughout the park. You know, we'll start at the top here. Carbs. So carbs can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, so the energy, like the sugar rush, right? Followed by a sharp decline. Now, this can leave you feeling especially tired and unfocused. Usually, this happens, if you eat brunch or breakfast. By noon, you're feeling drained. Maybe the kids are getting cranky, and so on. Fats, they move really kind of slowly through the system. Fried foods also, this redirects blood flow towards digestion. It can be really difficult to maintain energy and keep going when you're getting sluggish like that. It can also cause a level of bloating, and so bloating is a big factor here on energy levels and our ability to keep going in the parks. Salt is also notorious for causing sluggishness and bloating. It can draw water out of the cells, lead to dehydration. This can manifest as fatigue, reduced alertness, diminished ability for like endurance. And then finally, calories, right? These trips to the parks are just loaded with calories. Everything you eat is going to be hundreds and hundreds of calories typically, unless you're making really mindful choices about fruits and vegetables and healthy choices. There's calories everywhere. Uh, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I enjoy myself at these parks, and I eat unhealthy at them at the parks, since part of the fun is going there and eating. But you have to balance what you're eating with what your plans are for throughout the day, like how far you want to go, what you want to do. If it's an easy day at the park, you don't plan on doing anything, you can indulge a little more, right? If there's a lot of things you want to do and you plan on spending the whole day there, like going to Mickey's not so scary Halloween party late in the evening, needing your early breakfast, it could be tricky. Might need a nap in the middle of the day. So let's look at how we can leverage AI specifically to give us some recommendations on what to eat. Okay, so let's look at this in action. What you're going to want to do is start by opening ChatGPT, taking a real good and clear picture of the menu so that the AI can detect all of the text in there and then give it a really good detailed prompt. The more detailed the prompt is, the better of a response you're going to get. Now, I know I like Eggs Benedict a lot, but I still want to stay low on sodium, low on calories. That's a tricky balance. So maybe I need some suggestions regarding what I'm going to eat later in the day. Let's see what the AI tells us. So we're going to hit submit after creating our nice prompt, and the AI is going to spit out a good response here. All right. So basically, this is telling us that the traditional eggs Benedict is lovely, but the hollandaise sauce tends to be high in calories and sodium. That's true. It's very high in calories and sodium. And the Canadian bacon adds another sodium punch. Uh, so it's really guiding us through good recommendations here. It's staying true. It took into account that I wanted the eggs Benedict, but it's trying to figure out how we can make my desire work with kind of the plan to stay low calories, low sodium, and is giving some suggestions like going light on the sauce, putting the sauce on the side, getting extra fruit instead of the marinated tomato salad if that's available, substituting turkey or vegetarian sausage if the kitchen allows. Some of these things just may not be possible, but it's thinking and it's suggesting things, and it can be a really good way to kind of think about your menus at the parks. And it's giving me some suggestions, alternative suggestions, low calorie, low sodium options on the menu. Maybe if I'm not that committed to the eggs Benedict, there's some other stuff that I can go with here that is just as tasty, but is going to keep me from really bloating from that sodium, and it's going to keep me from eating a whole lot of extra calories, especially if I'm about to eat a bunch of candy in the park. So lots of really good stuff here. As I scroll down, lots we can learn from here, and you can always ask follow-up questions regarding anything, exercise, things to eat later on, things to get as a side, and so on.
I want to leave on one last point, and it's an important one. AI is a cool tool. It can do things like what we just saw here, but it can also be wrong at times. So it's always important to double check anything it tells you. I recommend talking to your server if you have any questions. They'll be a huge help with decisions about what's in the food, and double check everything. All right, have fun out there.